welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So, you know how this works. We take sources you send us, and we dig in to find the really useful stuff. Basically, your shortcut to getting up to speed. Today, we're looking at something called English in Daily Life. It's a resource one of you shared, and it focuses on, well, exactly that everyday English conversations.
Yeah, the practical stuff.
Exactly. Our mission today, if you will, is to pull out some practical phrases and really understand the common ways conversations are structured. The goal is for you to feel more confident in those daily interactions.
And the source covers some really typical scenarios, right? Like ordering coffee, asking for directions.
Yep, ordering at a cafe, asking for directions, and that classic making small talk.
Small talk. Always fun. But yeah, this isn't just about like learning lines by heart.
Right.
It's more about getting the feel for why certain phrases work, how they help us, get things done politely.
Okay, so let's jump into that first one. Ordering coffee. It's something most of us do, maybe daily. The example dialogue in the source goes something like this. A customer says, "Hi, can I have a cappuccino, please?"
Standard opening.
Then the barista replies, "Sure. What size would you like? Small, medium, or large?"
Offering options efficient.
Customer, "I'll take a medium, please." Barista, "Great. That'll be $4.50. And finally, the customer says, "Here you go."
Okay. Seems simple enough, but there are some interesting little things happening there.
Definitely. Let's unpack it. That first line from the customer. Can I have... Why that phrasing?
Well, it's polite, isn't it? It's phrased as a question. You're not demanding, give me a cappuccino.
Right. It's softer.
Yeah, it sort of acknowledges the barista's role. They can fulfill the request. And adding please is, well, just basic politeness that smooths the whole interaction.
And then the barista gives clear choices. Small, medium, large. No confusion.
Keeps things moving.
Then the customer switches slightly. They say, "I'll take a medium, please." Not, "Can I have a medium?" But "I'll take."
Yeah, that's interesting. It signals the decision has been made. Can I have is the initial request, and I'll take confirms the choice. It's a subtle shift from asking permission to stating an intention.
Still polite with the please, though.
Oh, absolutely. Essential. And that final, here you go, when paying.
It's just like a standard phrase,
Yeah.
right? Marks the action of handing over the money.
Exactly. It's almost like a verbal cue confirming the transaction step.
Yeah.
It's these small, almost automatic phrases that make these common interactions flow so smoothly. Predictable.
So the takeaway for ordering is maybe start with a polite question like, "Can I have?" And then confirm your choice with, "I'll take."
Yeah, and always sprinkle in those pleases. It really does make a difference. Maybe try consciously using those next time you're out. See how it feels.
Good idea. Okay, let's shift gears. Asking for directions. Another super common scenario.
Especially if you're, traveling or new somewhere.
The example dialogue here is, you walk up to someone and say, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the train station?"
Polite opening again.
The stranger replies, "Of course. Walk straight for 2 blocks, then turn left." And you say, "Got it. Thanks so much."
Straightforward. But again, let's look at the pieces. Excuse me.
Crucial, right? You're interrupting someone. You need that polite signal to get their attention without being jarring.
Definitely. It acknowledges you're entering their space, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then the question itself, could you tell me?
It feels a bit more formal or maybe more respectful than just, "Can you tell me?" Or "How do I get to..."
Yeah, could often softens the request. It makes it sound a little less demanding, maybe. It's an indirect way of asking for help.
And the core of the question, how to get to the train station, is very clear. No room for misunderstanding what information you need.
Which is important when you're lost. You want clarity.
And the response from the person asking for directions. Got it.
Short, informal, shows you understood.
Yeah, you don't need a long confirmation. Just signals, message received, and obviously, "Thanks so much." Showing appreciation.
Essential. It closes the loop politely. These little bits of politeness, the could you, the thanks, they really do make people more willing to help. It's about that positive social interaction, even with a stranger.
Makes sense. Okay, final scenario from the source material. Small talk. This one can feel different, less transactional.
Oh, definitely. It's more about building rapport or just, acknowledging someone. The example is at work. You say, "Hey, how's your day going?"
A classic opener.
Colleague replies, "Pretty good. Just busy with work. How about you?" You respond, "Same here. Looking forward to the weekend."
Seems simple, but what's happening underneath?
Ah.
How's your day going?
Isn't usually asking for a detailed report, is it?
Not usually, no. Especially not in passing at work. It's more of a social ritual, a way to connect briefly, like a little conversational handshake.
And the typical answer, like, pretty good. Just busy. It's safe, relatable.
Exactly. It gives a little bit of information without getting too personal or negative. Being busy is common ground.
And then the key move. How about you? Yes. That's crucial for small talk. It has to be reciprocal. You ask, they answer, then they ask back. It shows you're interested in a two-way exchange, not just talking at them.
It keeps the ball rolling, even if the topic is light.
Precisely. It maintains that connection. Why do you think that back and forth matters so much, even if it's just about being busy?
I guess it validates the other person, shows you see them, you're engaging. It builds a little bit of, like, social glue, especially in a place like work where you see people regularly.
Yeah, social glue is a good way to put it. And the ending, same here. Looking forward to the weekend.
Another piece of common ground, very relatable, ends the chat on a positive shared note.
Right. It finds that shared anticipation without needing any deep conversation. It's light, friendly, and reinforces that connection.
So even small talk, which can sometimes feel awkward, follows these sort of unwritten rules or patterns.
Definitely. There's a script, even if it's a loose one. Opening pleasantry, brief answer, return the question, find common ground, polite closing.
Okay, so wrapping this up, we've looked at ordering coffee.
Using polite questions like, can I have? And confirming with, I'll take.
Asking for directions.
Starting with, excuse me, using, could you tell me? And ending with, thanks.
And making small talk.
Focusing on those reciprocal questions like, how about you? And finding light, common ground, all based on that English and daily life material.
And the real key, as the source suggests and as we've sort of touched on, is practice.
Absolutely. You can know the phrases, but using them is what builds confidence. It makes them feel natural, not like you're reciting lines.
So maybe the challenge for you listening is to consciously try some of these out. Notice these patterns in your own day. Use, could you tell me?
Yeah.
Even if you know the way, just to practice.
Get comfortable with the rhythm of it.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. How might really mastering these, well, seemingly basic conversational skills actually open up new connections or opportunities for you? Think beyond just getting coffee or directions. How could feeling more confident in everyday chat change how you interact with your community, or maybe even how you feel within it?
That's a great question. How does mastering the small stuff impact the bigger picture of belonging and connection? Something to mull over.